Here is our overview for Mission 2, Lesson 4. And our student objective for this lesson is to know and relate metric units to place value units in order to express measurements in different units. So, in other words, it's not really a new concept that we're dealing with. It's not any new conversions. We're just expanding upon the conversions we've already done. So again, it's just an expansion of what we've been doing in the past, okay, in the past few lessons of this mission. So let's take a look here. All right, I might pull one of these up, and it's going to say, fill in the missing unit in word form. So we have 8,137 equals 8 blank and 137 ones. Okay, so I'm asking myself, well, which unit fits there? Okay, and remember, so now, and then it's gonna ask you to do the same with grams over down here. So let's take a look. So if we have 8,137 is equal to 8 what and 137 ones. Well, that's going to be equal to 8 thousandths, because there's 8 thousandths in 8,137. And then if we look at it, the one right below it, for grams, 8,137 grams equals 8 what in 137 grams. Okay, so this is where we have to go back, think back to our conversions. So let's take a look. Okay. 1 kilogram equals how many grams? Remember, kilo right there, it tells us 1,000. 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. So if I had 8,137 grams equals how many 8 kilograms in 137 grams. Okay, because it takes 1,000 grams to make 1 kilogram. So if we have 8,000, that's going to be 8 kilograms. We might also be given a problem like this, where it says 89,416 milliliters, and then it's going to have us compare it to 89 liters and 614 milliliters. So when we compare, it's really asking, which one's greater than? These are 3 options, right? Greater than, less than, or equal to. It wants us to compare those. Okay, so I have 89,416 milliliters, and I have 89 liters, 614 milliliters. Now, right now they're in different units because I have liters here. I don't have liters here. So I could do this one of 2 ways. I could convert this side, I convert that side to milliliters, or I could go ahead and take this side and take the liters out of it. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to convert in the liters here, because I know that there are, again, this stuff we've already learned, there are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. So I'm just going to pull out then, if I change color here, let's go with green. Green's a good choice. So how many thousands are in 89,416? Well, there's 89. 89 liters. And then I have, what do I have left over? The 416 milliliters. Okay, so now I can easily compare 89 liters, 416 milliliters, and to the side over here, 89 liters, 614 milliliters. Because now I can see, well, look, they both have 89 liters, so they're equal there. However, then I have to go to my milliliters, and this side has 614 milliliters, and this side has, that side has 416, this side has 614. So, which is greater, 416 or 614? Well, 614 is greater than 416. So I know that this side is going to be greater. That side is going to be greater. The liters were the same, but the milliliters were different. Okay, and the milliliters were greater over here, so I know that side is greater. We're also going to be asked to compare then meters and centimeters if we have two different numbers, and one's in meters and one's in centimeters. But we can do this. We'll just have to do some converting. So in this case, I have 8,942 meters, and it wants me to compare that. Tell me, and when I say compare, it wants you to tell which one's greater. And so we're comparing it to 894,160 centimeters. So they're different units. So I just can't say, well, because I can't right now say, well, 8,942 is less than 894,160, so therefore this is greater, and that's less. No, because they're in different units. And by units, that's meters, that's centimeters. We can't compare them right now until they're in the same unit. So let's put them in the same unit. Okay, so let's recall, how many centimeters does it take to make 1 meter? Centa, 100. So 1 meter was equal to 100 centimeters. So how can I convert? I want to convert the meters into centimeters. How can I do that? Well, if there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter, I have to multiply it times 100. So what I'm really doing is 8,942 times, that's a times 100. Now, let's be honest, that's a times, by the way. It looks like a plus. Let's be honest, you're not expected to do that. Like, we're not learning 3 by 4 multiplication, so don't let your head explode right now. Like, I don't know how to do this. Yeah, you do. Okay, little zeros trick. If you're multiplying 8,942 times 100, right, we are just moving over. What we're going to do is my little trick. If I'm multiplying times 100, okay, how many hundreds or how many zeros are in 100? How many zeros are in 100? Well, there's 2. 1, 2. So what do I need to do? If I have 8,942 and I'm multiplying it times 100, I just put those 2 zeros at the end. I can change my comma now. My comma will be in a different spot. And I end up with 894,200. And what's my unit? Centimeters, because I changed it to centimeters. So these guys are equal. So 8,942 meters is the same as saying 894,200 centimeters. And I just need to compare them. Well, let's see. They both have 894 thousandths. Let's change color here. So we know that, okay, well, that's the same. So now let's look at how many centimeters a second. Okay, this has 200. This has 160. Okay, what's greater, 200 or 100? Well, 200 is greater. So that's where I know, because I'm just working from left to right in my values. That's where I know then, well, that's going to be a greater value. Okay, because the 200 is greater than the 100. So to compare, to place things, to place these numbers, what you'll need to do is convert them first. And it could be grams to kilograms. It could be liters and milliliters. It could be meters and centimeters. Okay, and all we're doing is using those skills we have, and we're converting them so we can then compare and see which are greater, which numbers are greater. Okay? If you have questions, let me or your teacher know.